What's up, everybody? I am in North Shelby County in the Caldwell Mill area, and we are going to talk about house flipping today with my good friend Bobby Jones and his business partner Mark Wilson. Here we go. Bobby, what's going on, man? Tell me about this house you got over here.
What's going on, my man? So I think this one was a pretty good find. If you look at the yard, it's a huge yard in a great neighborhood. But I mean, we got it in really good condition to begin with. Got it at a really good price. On the outside, we really didn't do much but paint, put a new roof on, and I like the cedar posts. We changed out some old school 80s posts that were up there. We put some cedar posts up there. We put some cedar shutters on there, and that's about it. On the exterior, on the rear, we did put a new deck, cleared out a lot of trees. But when one comes along like this that's in great condition, especially from the bones and structure of it, man, you want to jump on it in a good area, and we did.
So take me through this real quick. So you're going to put a roof on them because this is going to a new homeowner. If it's if it needs it. But tell me about like the cedar posts and the shutters, like kind of why you obviously everything's getting painted nowadays, so that's kind of expected. But tell me about the cedar posts and the shutters.
Well, I love the color. I love the contrast. A lot of times in the past we use gray on the shutters, but I started seeing a lot of these that I liked. To be honest, I don't particularly like these shutters, the way they built these, but I like the color. It's different from what we usually do, but I still think it pops. I definitely like the post. I think that's a good contrast on the exterior as opposed to the old white, column post. But I think it's a good contrast.
I mean, the curb appeal looks incredible. Or what about like the landscaping and stuff? Is that still something?
Yeah, that's going to be definitely something that we have to do. It doesn't require much here, but we're going to, those are rose bushes right there. So we'll keep those, and we'll put pine straw basically. I mean, in the spring, it's possible we may put some color out here. I like in the spring to put some color, some flowers out.
Yeah. Awesome. You want to give us a tour?
Yeah, let's go. I'll let Mark jump in.
Yeah,
Come on. You know the house.
Well, I mean,
All right, Mark. Give us a tour here. Tell us what we're looking at.
well, we bought this one basically from an estate that wasn't, I guess, quite an estate yet. I don't know if it had gone through probate at that time, but it had been inherited by someone who passed away, and so somebody else inherited it, and we took it over, and it was in very well kept condition, but it needed updating. It was straight from the 70s. Everything was carpet. Colors were kind of 70ish neutral, and we just came in and brought it up to date basically. Okay. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I think, are we about 1,700 square feet? With a finished basement. Yeah, with a finished basement, about 1,900. In older houses like this, a lot of times in the living room area, there's no interior lighting other than they used floor lamps and everything. So we go in and add lighting, update all of the fixtures. This one was not a complete rewire, but we did update the electrical service all the way from the meter box outside. No. Did we do the meter? I can't remember if we did the meter box on this one, but we did do the service panel downstairs. Like I said, it was carpet, but to stay within budget, we went with a nice quality LVP. And I saw someone the other day asking online, at what price point do you do real hardwoods versus a laminate or an LVP? For me, it's really not the price point. It's more the budget and the quality. If you've got to do the whole house, sometimes the budget says to do LVP. And there's a lot of debate whether LVP is better than hardwood now, and I tend to like it. Hardwood gets scratched easy. The LVP, you can get a good 30-year wear warranty, and I like the way it all flows together.
Tell us about the kitchen.
The kitchen, in this case, had very nice cabinets already. The boxes, what we call the boxes, were in good shape. The doors were sort of a neutral modern, so everything was in good condition. We update the hardware. We update all the hinges. Added the nice tile backsplash. Stainless steel appliance package is what we usually go with. If you can look under here. We have good relationships with our vendors, and Maranatha Stone did our granite countertops.
And just as a quick aside, we highly recommend Maranatha and Pedro. Make sure I'll put his information in the description. Make sure you call them if you need anything flooring or countertops.
Absolutely.
And since I do a lot of the material purchases when I do a kitchen, it's just a thing with me. I don't want to see a Maytag stove with a Whirlpool dishwasher, and I try to do everything as a package so everything matches and everybody knows what they're expecting. This one's wired, it's not completely installed, but nice Frigidaire appliances, all brand new.
Awesome.
You've been going with a larger backsplash, haven't you?
Yeah, it's kind of just an aesthetic thing. I kind of like the larger tile. It's easier, faster to install the bigger the tile. But aesthetically, it's not as busy to me when you get all the little small, like 3x6, 4x6, 3x5, 4x6. I like the larger subway tiles in the kitchen.
Let me ask you this, because you mentioned something that, the floor, as far as like the flooring goes, when it's, maybe a certain price point versus, it's more about your budget, I guess, than it is about what price point the house is. Do you kind of take that philosophy throughout the house or just the flooring?
Pretty much through the whole project. A lot of people will start with, well, how much does the house cost? That's really the last thing that you think about, or that I think about. Where I start with is, what is the house going to be worth, the ARV, after repair value, in the neighborhood that it's in? You could come in here and spend as much as you wanted, but as an investor, you've got to be able to recoup what you spend. So you start with the ARV, what's it going to be worth? Then you look at what's it going to take to get the current project to that value. And then you kind of back your numbers out and you see what your purchase price can be. Yeah. I would love to go in, quartz countertop, glass tile, redo the whole thing. Let's tear
the cabinet.
I was going to say, let's tear the back off the house and add 1,000 square feet, but it's not in the budget and it's not in the neighborhood. You can overbuild, over improve for a neighborhood, and you don't want to do that because you have to think about your end buyer. And our goal is really to provide a product that is worry-free for at least 20 years. That's why we always make sure that the mechanicals are good, the plumbing is updated, the electrical is updated. We do everything that we can, and just like the 30-year roof,
Yeah, for sure. So this is, what do they call this? A split foyer or split level?
Split level.
This is a split level. Do we want to go upstairs real quick first?
Yeah. Sure.
Take us up here. Tell us what we're looking at.
Bobby, you want to take over?
Go ahead.
So what I like about the master bedroom is fireplace. I particularly like fireplaces in master. It just kind of gives it more of a estate feel. It kind of separates it from the other bedrooms. I don't particularly love carpet in bedrooms, but it was something that was comparable to this neighborhood. And it can be comfortable for some people, but this one was, there was some damage right in here that we had to fix. I think just from the weight of the fireplace and some other things, but this bathroom was a total gut. It had a insert shower right here, and this obviously will have a glass. Our glass guy come in and do a frameless door and glass wall and all that. But we love building little inserts here. The walk-in showers, they really pop. And like you mentioned earlier, Maranatha Granite and Pedro and them do a tremendous job coming here quick. And then, just really rock in here with some fixtures. We kind of went all the way across right here. Double vanity. It worked out. And then obviously all new doors. We'll put in new doors, new hardware. I like the brushed nickel on a lot of it. Sometimes we'll go with the bronze. Just depends on the way the house is flowing, but I like the brushed nickel particularly.
And Bobby, you said something interesting too about not, and you said it too, Mark, as far as like not kind of overdoing what the neighborhood kind of requires. Mm-hmm. And you obviously you have a lot of experience. You were a former county appraiser, right? So you've had kind of that experience. But just knowing that masters in this area have carpet, that it's okay to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what we do is before we buy anything is because it's not just buying and doing a beautiful remodel. It's being able to get rid of it quickly. And so we'll look at the days on the market, obviously, and I know many flippers, experienced flippers at least, will do that. And we'll look at, what the other houses are doing, because if you don't want to put, all brand new, hardwood throughout the whole house, if all your comps have, carpet in the bedroom. So, it's not a preference thing. It's a thing that's, conducive to the market.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's, I was just going to say, that is one of the things that we did look at, when I was debating what flooring to do. Mm-hmm. The comp, like I said, 2 houses up, it just sold for $465, a couple of hundred square feet larger, but it had carpet in the bedroom, and that did not affect the sale. So that's what we it's not a personal preference. It is what market is it in. Yeah. Now, like the house we did over in Trussville, most of that is hardwoods that have been refinished. I think the one we're doing in Grayson Valley will probably do something very similar to this. The one we did in Alabaster that just recently sold, we did the new laminate, quality laminate, not laminate, but LVP throughout the entire house. There was no carpet in there because it flowed better, and that's what the comps demanded.
Awesome. And then the rest of upstairs is just, there's probably 2 more bedrooms and a bathroom, I'm assuming?
That's it. And this is the guest bathroom right here. And we just refinished that tub, right? No, was that a new insert?
Yeah, this one was, again, completely stripped out.
Gotcha. And then, you see what we did with the tile.
And then
this was complete new laundry room. It was not up here. It was downstairs.
So what was here? I guess a big closet?
This was a closet. Yeah, it was a walk-in closet, which I think in this area you definitely want your laundry room accessible from the main level, or at least this is a split level, so at least on the top level. But the bedrooms are sizable, decent closets.
Yeah, so I guess what you just took away maybe a little bit of square footage for this is still a great size bedroom.
Yeah. We framed this out. We actually were able to, by doing that, make the master bathroom larger. So, and then we took out this closet that really wasn't, to me, it was overkill for a spare bedroom. And then we were able to put in a laundry room, which I think is much more functional, than having
It's a big laundry. It's not, you didn't even have to squeeze it in.
No.
You had a lot of room to do it.
Right. And I think that's part of what you'll see some decently experienced flippers do, is just being able to have vision when you go in somewhere, because on the onset, it could look like there's nothing you could do with the house. But you might be able to add another bathroom. You might be able to enlarge the closet, make it an open floor plan. Yeah.
Let me ask you about the windows too, because these windows look. I don't know if they're brand new.
Mark would know, but I don't know if they're all new here. They're all new in the one we have in Trussville, but I don't think these are all new.
But these aren't aluminum windows like maybe you would expect. These aren't original windows. So if they're not brand new, maybe you didn't put them in, possibly, but someone else recently
it's been updated
did.
since the original build of the house. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's a big deal too.
But usually we leave the stickers on, so I'm going to say we didn't until the very end. So I'm going to say we didn't put new windows in.
And this is just the third bedroom. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's go downstairs.
All right. Got a video of that. How you been doing, man? I've been good. Blessed, man. Blessed. All right. Sorry, man. We got to tape it.
Good, man. So we just got like a big bonus area down here.
Yeah, and this had a built-in bookcase right there behind you that kind of makes a nice little office area. That's what I would do with this area. You got the fireplace behind you. Be a cool little study, cool little office area. I don't love that they originally took this out. It was a double car garage. For me, I think most families have 2 cars, and I would prefer to keep 2 garages, but we went ahead and kept it and fixed the outer area right here. It had some damage. It was really kind of a DIY job that they did. So, but I mean, it gives you a nice big office area or playroom or whatever you want to use it for.
Yeah, so I guess this was one of the garage bays.
Yes, sir.
And okay, now you only have one garage.
So you get
bay.
one. We did put in a brand new garage door. I mean, there's obviously a lot of driveway space, so I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. But I think that some of the comps have that as well. So,
tell me about the electrical. So Mark said it wasn't a complete rewire.
No, it was not.
But you're still obviously wiring.
Yeah,
something.
I mean, we have master electricians and plumbers to come in, get it inspected, and make sure it's all up to code. The plumbing obviously looks good throughout. Our HVAC guys here right now, I think he also does some of the duct work, so that's probably what he's doing is, and also put it in vents for our dryers and stuff. That thing that Mark said he missed a while ago. I don't know where Mark went off, but from an exterior standpoint, I mean, you can see it was already. We didn't really do anything but paint it. The vinyl was good.
Mm-hmm. And you said there's a new. I want to go look at the back porch, but yeah,
those are new windows on here. You can
yes,
because we left the tag on. But yeah, we can go back and look at the deck. If you want to. This back here is pretty cool, I think. I mean, it's a big. We took down several trees.
Yeah, I see.
And
it's a big yard too.
It is. New deck. It's not very big, but I mean, there's a big closed porch right there. So
yeah,
the unit was good, thankfully, when we got it.
So that was an add-on at some point.
Yeah.
But you obviously didn't do that.
No, we didn't put that on. No new windows except for the side, right?
Right. I was just going to say, one of the things with the sunroom that was there, it was already enclosed, but if you notice, we have some new posts in there.
Down below.
Right. Because it wasn't sagging, but we didn't feel like it was supported correctly. So we added those. It's the little things like that that make a difference. And the windows had already been swapped out, but where the part of the basement had been finished, it really wasn't done correctly, and it had a lot of water damage. So we tore it out, and that was a decision. We could have turned it into a second garage like it was originally built. But to do that, we would have had to undo a lot of sheetrock, a lot of electrical, and it just made sense to keep the square footage and rebuild the exterior wall the correct way. And we did add new windows down there.
Gotcha. All right, you guys want to go back up front?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk through the numbers, if you don't mind. All right, guys, let's talk through the numbers real quick. So we're over here in North Shelby County. It's a very desirable area, probably Oak Mountain Schools. What'd you buy it for? I think you mentioned what it was earlier, but what'd you buy it for? What'd you put into it? What do you expect to sell it for?
I think the purchase price on this one was $215. I know that when we first talked about it with the seller, we talked about $210, and they decided to go the route of for sale by owner. That took about 2 weeks, and they called us back and said, "Hey, this is not worth our time. Would you go $215?" And we weren't going to lose the deal over $5,000. So we $215. Of course, we did hard money on this one, so we pay origination points and interest and stuff like that. I think carrying cost on this is about $2,900 a month, and the budget was $90,000, and I think we were going to come in at about $94,000.
Okay.
So
that's pretty close for it being 90.
Being a numbers guy, if I can come in 10%, within 10% of my budget, I'm pretty happy. I would like to always hit my numbers exact. It doesn't always happen though.
Thankfully, there wasn't too many unforeseens on this one.
Yeah. Usually we have a must-do list, and then we have a wish list. Like there's a tree out there that I would really like to take down and get rid of, but it's not in the budget. Now I can either do it and go over budget, or wait and see if it comes up, with the new buyer.
The inspection report, yeah.
Right. And we were looking, last time I looked, I think I felt comfortable at about $435 for this house, for this square footage in this neighborhood.
We generally run it. We generally run our ARV really conservative, something that we know if all hell breaks loose, we can get rid of it. But I think originally it was between 4 and 415. And so I love it when you're able to, especially the market we just got out of not too long ago, when people are waiving in appraisals and waiving inspections, and that's a beautiful market to be in. I'm optimistic about 2025. I think it'll be especially with.
How long does this project take? And it looks like you're really close. Obviously, there's some punch things it looks like y'all are working on right now, but you're really close. How long would this take, just for the rehab part of it?
On this one, it took a little bit longer than normal. I would say we were probably going to come in at 9 or 10 weeks, which is a little bit long for a project like this, but it's because we're spread kind of, not thin, but we have a lot going on. And like I said, we use quality crews that we can trust and that we've worked with in the past, and we can only go as fast as they can go. But as you see, there's plenty of people here today. There's going to be people coming in and out all day long. Electricians were here working all day yesterday. Plumbers are coming this afternoon.
Well, we'll be ready to. We're looking to list this one by this weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll come in on a tornado in the very end, do the landscape and final cleanup, all that kind of stuff. So it's actually got it coming soon on it right now, does it not?
I'm not sure if we went ahead and did the coming soon or not.
So we're both realtors as well, so we'll list our flips. Got a beautiful transaction coordinator that runs all that for us, but not your traditional realtor that shows listings and takes buyers out, but we will list our own flips and also utilize that to build relationships with other realtors.
Yeah, for sure. So you got a lot of projects going on. How many projects do you guys feel comfortable doing at a time?
Well, right now we're really trying to cut out the distractions. As you know, we hosted our own real estate event. We just did a new build in Orange Beach. We were doing a bunch of different just distracting things like Airbnb. So right now we're really gearing back towards, and we do multifamily as well, gearing back towards this year, 2025. I think is going to be a good year for flippers, the people that that are focused on it. And then we want to pick up at least one multifamily deal a year. So that's kind of our goal right now, is to increase hopefully, in between that 40 and 50 a year flip range, and then one multifamily asset a year.
I should have stood over there, let y'all stand downhill. I probably look like a midget on the screen, but Bobby Jones, Mark Wilson, thank you guys so much for letting us take a tour of this house. We really appreciate y'all and appreciate what you do in the Birmingham community. Trying to get a lot of stuff out there to our folks here in the state of Alabama, and hopefully, they got a lot of value out of this. So I appreciate
thank you for always being a good friend and everything you've done.
All right.
Man.
Appreciate you guys. All right. See y'all in the next one.